Both New York City and London are considered Alpha++ cities, meaning they have considerable global influence financially, geopolitically, and societally. But while they may be similar this way, both cities have significant differences in terms of physical and human geography. Let's explore these differences in this week's episode. New York City is the largest city in the United States with a population of 8.2 million residents, while London, England is the largest city in the United Kingdom with 8.8 million residents. Both cities have unique and intricate histories. New York City's history is a tale of transformation beginning in 1624 when Dutch settlers founded a fur trading colony called New Amsterdam on the southern tip of Manhattan Island. In 1664, the British seized control, renaming it New York. Over the centuries, the city grew into a major port driven by waves of immigration and economic opportunity, especially in the 19th and early 20th centuries. By the late 19th century, New York City emerged as a global cultural and financial hub, cemented by iconic landmarks like the Statue of Liberty, a symbol of hope for millions of immigrants. Today, New York City stands as one of the world's most dynamic cities, renowned for its diversity, skyscrapers, arts, and influence on global culture and commerce. London's history spans over 2,000 years, beginning with its founding by the Romans as Londinium around 43 AD. The city flourished as a key trading hub in medieval times, surviving Viking invasions and the Norman conquest. By the 16th century, it became the heart of England's political, economic, and cultural life, expanding rapidly during the Industrial Revolution. Despite challenges like the Great Fire of 1666 and the Blitz during World War II, London rebuilt and thrived. Today, it is a global powerhouse known for its blend of historic landmarks like the Tower of London and modern icons like the Shard, serving as a center of finance, culture, and innovation. While both New York and London have different histories, so are their geographies. Physically, New York and London have substantial differences. New York City, situated on the eastern coast of the United States, has a humid subtropical climate with hot and humid summers and cold and snowy winters. Sometimes, New York can receive cold Arctic outbreaks from the continent, sending temperatures well below freezing. And if this mixes with moisture, the city can receive copious amounts of snow. The city's location along the Atlantic Ocean moderates its climate to an extent, but it still experiences a wide range of temperatures throughout the year. New York's physical geography is marked by its dense urban landscape on islands and peninsulas, surrounded by significant waterways like the Hudson River, East River, and the Atlantic Ocean, which contribute to its dynamic weather patterns. In contrast, London, located in southeastern England, has an oceanic climate which keeps its temperatures more moderate throughout the year. Winters are generally milder and summers are cooler compared to New York City, thanks to the influence of the Gulf Stream, a warm ocean current that originates in the Caribbean Sea in the Gulf of Mexico. Since London is at a high latitude, around 52 degrees north, the city sees long summer days of sunlight, but short winter days of darkness. London's physical geography, defined by its relatively flat terrain and its location along the River Thames, creates fewer extremes in weather, though the city is famous for its frequent overcast skies and drizzle. While both cities experience rain, London is more evenly distributed throughout the year, whereas New York tends to see heavier downpours during thunderstorms, especially in the summer. Another misperception is that many believe London gets a lot of rain, but in reality, they only receive 24 inches a year, while New York receives nearly 50 inches a year, more than double the amount. Green space, areas where wildlife can live in and people can use for leisure, are remarkable in both New York City and London, but their approach to integrating them into urban areas is different. New York Central Park is a world-famous centerpiece, offering 843 acres of greenery amidst the dense skyscrapers of Manhattan, while smaller parks like Bryant Park and Prospect Park provide additional urban landscapes. The city's green spaces are often structured and surrounded by towering buildings, creating striking contrast. London, on the other hand, is renowned for its abundant and sprawling green spaces such as Hyde Park, Regent's Park, and Hampstead Heath, which are more seamlessly woven into the city's layout. These spaces, alongside countless garden squares, reflect London's emphasis on preserving greenery within its historic, inexpansive urban sprawl, offering a more relaxed and open environment compared to New York's concentrated and dramatic parkland. With human geography, New York City and London share some similarities, but considering both are in different nations, there are great differences. Economically, both New York City and London are global financial powerhouses, but their economic structures and industries reveal key differences. New York City is the financial capital of the United States and home to Wall Street, where the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ operate as some of the largest and most influential stock markets in the world. New York's economy is heavily driven by finance, real estate, media, technology, and entertainment, with major corporations headquartered in Manhattan and nearby boroughs. The city's diverse immigrant population also fosters small businesses and entrepreneurship, contributing to its status as a melting pot of economic activity. Meanwhile, London serves as Europe's financial hub and a critical player on the global stage, with the City of London and Canary Wharf housing major banking institutions and financial services companies. London's economy is more reliant on international finance, with a strong emphasis on foreign exchange trading, insurance, and legal services. The city also benefits from its historical status as a global trade center, enhanced by its time zone, which allows it to bridge trading hours between Asia and the Americas. While both cities are central to their respective national economies, New York is more orientated towards domestic markets alongside global influence, whereas London's economy leans heavily on international connectivity, particularly in post-Brexit Europe. This distinction reflects not just their economic priorities, but also their roles in a broader global economy. Societally, New York City and London are both cultural melting pots, but their societal dynamics highlight key contrasts shaped by their histories and geographies. New York thrives on its fast-paced, ambitious energy, often referred to as a city that never sleeps. It attracts people from all over the world chasing the American dream, resulting in a diverse population with vibrant immigrant communities that have shaped its neighborhoods, cuisine, and arts. London, while equally diverse, carries a more traditional and historically rooted vibe. Its status as a former imperial capital has made it a hub for international influences, blending its British heritage with modern multiculturalism. Socially, New York leans into its reputation for hustle and individualism, while Londoners often value a more measured pace of life, steeped in community traditions and a reverence for history. These societal factors not only reflect the distinct identities of each city, but also influence how their residents interact with the urban environment and each other. New York City and London are unmatched in their geopolitical dominance, serving as important hubs of global influence. New York, often called the capital of the world, is home to the United Nations headquarters, cementing its role as a center for international diplomacy. Its strategic location on the eastern seaboard of the United States enhances its accessibility to Europe and the Americas, making it a critical bridge between continents. Likewise, London influences its historical status as the heart of the British Empire and its strategic location as a gateway to Europe and beyond. Even post-Brexit, London remains a central player in global finance, diplomacy, and trade, with institutions like the Bank of England and the London Stock Exchange shaping geopolitical and economic policies worldwide. Both cities house multinational corporations, global media outlets, and cultural institutions that influence everything from economic policy to social trends, ensuring their continued dominance on the geopolitical stage. As other large cities have problems, so do New York and London. In New York, income inequality is one of the most pressing issues, with extreme wealth often existing just blocks away from communities struggling with poverty. The city also grapples with a high cost of living, housing shortages, and homelessness, which affect a wide range of residents. Homelessness, connected to mental illness and drug use, is a major problem affecting even wealthier neighborhoods of New York. And unfortunately, some of this leads to violent encounters. To add insult to injury, the current district attorneys in New York created a revolving door policy to criminal justice, releasing people with prior arrests back onto the streets. This has created a reduction in the quality of life, which will not become any better unless criminals are arrested and convicted, and people with mental health issues are hospitalized and treated for their problems. Similarly, London faces a stark wealth divide, with housing affordability being a critical problem, particularly in the wake of rising rents and property prices. Homelessness is also a shared concern, as is the strain of public services like transportation and healthcare due to dense populations. London doesn't have as high of a violent crime rate as New York or other American cities. London's murder rate is 1.5 per 100,000 residents, while New York's is 4.4 per 100,000 residents, nearly 3 times higher. However, London does have a higher murder rate than other European capital cities such as Paris, Berlin, Rome, Warsaw, and Madrid, but a lower one than Brussels and Sofia. Alike, both New York and London have experienced a surge in migrants from other nations, with a good portion of that being from illegal immigration. New York, like other major American cities, labels itself as a sanctuary city, a city that limits or denies cooperation with federal authorities in enforcing immigration laws. In the last couple of years, New York City has received over 200,000 illegal migrants, which has strained the city's shelter system and public services. Also, some of the migrants are involved in criminal activities, further worsening the situation. The United Kingdom, with London as a primary destination, has also faced a notable rise in migrant arrivals. In 2023, the UK experienced the largest surge in migration among wealthy nations, with nearly 750,000 new permanent-type migrants arriving, marking a 52.9% increase from the previous year. This influx has led to challenges in housing and public services. While New York City and London share their status as influential global cities, their unique histories, geographies, and societal dynamics set them apart. New York thrives on its fast-paced energy, dramatic landscapes, and diverse cultural fabric, while London blends its historic charm with modern innovation and international connectivity. Both cities do face significant challenges, from housing affordability to inequality, yet they remain vibrant centers for culture, finance, and human achievement. But both must fix and address their societal problems so they don't fall behind in terms of their global statuses. After all, their enduring differences and shared strengths make them iconic examples of urban merit on the world stage. That concludes this week's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to leave your feedback, please do so in the comment section below. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, Our World, Our Planet, Our Home, to view more videos. Until next time!